You want me to rank my drawings? Okay, it's not like I have anything better to do. So before I get into the top 10, I'm gonna do some honorable mentions. Starting with my robot drawing, this is the drawing that kind of started it all. Being the first one I posted, and it blew up. It only got 1,000 views at the time, but that was like 20 times the amount I was used to getting at that point. Up next, I got Chainsaw Man. I like the blood and the shading. That's about it. And now we have Toaster Cat. I don't really need to say anything else. And for the final honorable mention, I got Spider-Man. I have a friend who's not going to be happy with this because they love Spider-Man, but that's a them problem because it's my ranking. I think it's an alright drawing. The eye looks great, but there's a lot of lackluster details and a few inaccuracies that I just don't like. Now we're finally moving on to my top 10 favorite drawings, and for 10th place, I got my Wolverine drawing. You might be wondering why this drawing is even on here, but I do have a good explanation. I made the face the way it is sort of an FU to my art teacher at the time. Long story short, she was very strict and she didn't even draw herself. I still got an A for the drawing as well. For number 9, I got my Godzilla 2014 drawing. I like some of the details in here, and I love the eyes. I'm glad I didn't add people's. Now for number 8, I got my Mandalorian helmet drawing. Nothing too crazy here. I like the metallic highlights I got on there. On to number 7, I got my Venom drawing. This drawing manages to look so damn good with all the mistakes. Eddie's face is super disproportionate, and Venom's shoulder looks like it was drawn by a 5-year-old. I really don't know what I was thinking, but that eye makes up for nearly all of it. I truly do not know how I managed to pull that eye off, but I did, and I'm proud of it. Going on to number 6, I got Armin's Colossal Titan. I really like the shading and depth with this one. I also like the colors on it. Overall, good drawing. Starting the top 5 is going to be my Scarlet Spider drawing. I feel like this is one of my more underrated drawings because it just never really got attention when I posted an initial video about it, so I haven't really mentioned it since. I love the details on the sweatshirt and the arms, and it's definitely my most vibrant drawing. My not quite top 3 entry is going to be my -1 drawing at number 4. This drawing took a really long time to complete, so was it worth it? For the most part. The details are phenomenal. I especially love the chest and belly areas. One thing I don't like is the dorsal plates. I had little to go off reference-wise, so I accidentally on purpose watered down the details on them, but it's alright because it's still a great drawing. Finally, starting off the top 3, I have my Godzilla Evolved drawing. My most recent drawing on this list, and definitely a strong one. For rushing through this drawing, I think I did a great job. I was very determined to get it done before Godzilla X Kong released, and to get more videos out, so you can kind of see areas where details are just watered down. I do like the head and neck area though, along with Atomic Breath, because I feel I got some awesome details in there. Now, I know a lot of you are going to disagree with this, but for my number 2 spot, I have my Deadpool drawing. This one took a decent amount of time to complete, and it was definitely worth it. This is the drawing with almost 700,000 views attached to it, of course. I love the blending techniques I applied, even with a couple mistakes here and there. It's undoubtedly my most realistic drawing. Finally, the moment I have all been waiting for. In my number 1 spot, I have my John Wick drawing. I absolutely love this drawing, even with all the mistakes. It took me 2 months to complete, and it was my first time using charcoal. Definitely my biggest drawing, both literally and figuratively, and it's by far my most underrated drawing. So before I get into the top 10, I'm gonna do some honorable. On to number 7, I got my Venom drawing. This manages. Eddie's face is super disproportionate. One thing I don't like is the dorsal plates. I had to go a little off reference, or I had little to go off reference-wise, so I accidentally, on purpose, watered them down. So I accidentally watered down the details on them, but it was sort of on purpose. I don't really. What am I saying? And that pretty much wraps everything up. Did you guys like this kind of video? Do you agree with my ranking? If you don't, what would you change? I'm not very good with outros, so just like and subscribe, and goodbye.